Of course, even the strongest players walk in with weaknesses they hope won't be exposed. For Daja, empathy was both her blessing and her downfall. She formed connections quickly. She cared deeply, and losing allies wasn't just a strategic blow, it was a personal one. But even through the emotional weight of the eliminations, she stayed focused. She reminded herself of why she was there, and episode after episode, we watched her surprise even herself. She knew she could read people well, but seeing just how often she correctly predicted motives, only to watch some of those moments not even make the edit, made her realize she had underestimated her own skills. Imagine stepping into a game where every move, every breath, and every bond could determine whether you walk away with $4.56 million or go home empty-handed. Now imagine doing it in front of the entire world as a proud black lesbian woman determined not just to win, but to represent a community. That's exactly what Daja Graham, player 302, did in Season 2 of Squid Game, The Challenge. And today, we're diving into the journey that took her from North Carolina detective to one of the most unforgettable finalists in the show's history. Her grit, her emotional intelligence, her vulnerability, and her refusal to shrink herself made her a standout long before she reached the top 5. So buckle up, because Daja's story is filled with moments of strength, laughter, heartbreak, and powerful messages for anyone who's ever been underestimated. When Daja first showed up on our screens, most people only knew her as Player 302, but the deeper the competition went, the more she opened up. About being 29, about being a lesbian, about raising her son, and about the tough world of law enforcement she had worked in for 4 years. She came in with a quiet confidence, but not arrogance. She didn't brag. She didn't posture. Instead, she studied people. She read the room. And she leaned into that emotional intelligence she had sharpened on the job. Watching her navigate alliances, personalities, and the psychological curveballs of each game, it became clear she wasn't just another contestant thrown into chaos. She was intentionally built for this kind of pressure. But what made her apply in the first place? Daja said it herself. She saw Mai from Season 1 dominating the competition and instantly felt, I can do that. Because when you see someone with a mindset similar to yours succeeding, something clicks. So she went for it. And once she entered the arena, it became obvious that her people skills were her greatest weapon. Squid Game isn't just about luck or physical strength. It's a battle of social dynamics. And Daja came armed with years of experience in talking people down, reading motives, and staying calm under stress. Whether she was working with allies or outsmarting opponents, she played the long game. And then came the highlights. Moments that reminded her why she signed up. The sheer joy of recreating iconic games from the original drama. The thrill of testing herself mentally and physically in ways she never had before. And of course, the friendships. The bonds formed in that kind of pressure cooker are intense and unforgettable. For Daja, those connections were the heart of the experience. But the hardest part? Being away from her son. She said it plainly. That distance was brutal. And on top of that, she jokingly added the food, because apparently surviving the games wasn't the only struggle. But beyond the gameplay, this season held historic weight. The first season had 2 LGBTQ+ finalists in the top 3, but Season 2? It gave us something new. The first out lesbian finalist to reach the top 5 and actually finish as runner-up. That's Daja's legacy, and she carries it proudly. She said it felt amazing, not just to represent the LGBTQ+ community, but to do it well, to show strength, vulnerability, and strategy on a global platform. For so many viewers who never saw someone like themselves in a high-stakes competition like this, she became an instant icon. Growing up, Daja didn't have the dramatic coming-out story many expect. She wasn't hiding. She wasn't scared. She simply lived her truth. She said she has always done what made her happy, supported or not, and one day she just popped out with a girlfriend. No huge announcement, No build-up, just authenticity. And when she talked about her lesbian awakenings, she didn't hold back. Coco Jones, Lori Harvey, Angela Bassett, Rihanna, Sandra Bullock, Lupita Nyong'o, Beyoncé, Jada Pinkett Smith, Sarah Paulson, Regina Hall. The list goes on. And honestly, same, Daja, same. As the competition narrowed, the finalists, Perla, Vanessa, Trinity, Steven, and of course, Daja, stepped into that finale dinner dressed to impress. But behind the glam was the weight of everything they had endured. For Daja, making it to the final moments wasn't just a personal victory. It was proof of everything she had been saying all along, that she belonged, that she was capable, and that nobody could dismiss her simply because of how she identifies or where she comes from. Finishing as runner-up in a 456-player competition isn't just impressive. It's monumental. Now, with Season 3 applications open, fans everywhere are wondering what comes next. And Daja has a message, one that's not just for Black lesbians, but for every LGBTQ+ person of color who doubts whether they fit into spaces like this. Her words were powerful. Don't make yourself smaller. Don't let the world box you in. Force people to make room for you. People may underestimate you. They may dismiss you. They may even hate. Regardless. But that can't stop you from stepping into spaces meant for you and claiming the success you're capable of. So as we wrap up Daja Graham's incredible journey, remember this. She didn't just compete. She didn't just survive. She showed the world exactly who she was, unapologetically, confidently, beautifully. And for so many viewers watching from the sidelines, she became proof that you don't need to fit anyone else's definition to be powerful. Whether you're stepping into a competition, a career, or just trying to navigate life, her message rings true. Don't let anyone count you out. If you want to follow her story beyond the show, you can find her on Instagram at @queen_dage95. And if you're feeling inspired, maybe you'll be the one stepping into Season 3.